You are listening to the Kinky Coach Podcast with Stephanie
and Fox.
Hey, Fox.
Yeah?
You've been a bad boy.
Nice boy. Nice boy should be punished.
This show contains explicit content
And is intended for mature audiences only.
This is what happens when an innocent, successful mental health professional
Falls for a rugged, prior deployed bad boy. You get one hell of a ride.
So speaking of warning signs, I know that when we first started dating, I gave you every possible warning sign to stay away. And you ignored. I put the sign in bright neon lights saying, stay away, stay away,
didn't.
don't
You
date me,
are
stay
such
away.
an exaggerator. That is not even remotely what happened.
Yeah, I said have sex with me, don't date me.
And that's not what you said at
That-
all.
Okay. What did
Not
I
at
say?
all. You didn't give me any warning signs.
I gave you every warning sign.
What is an example of a warning sign?
Day 3, I was like, by the way, I was on Playboy TV. That should have been like a red flag. Like, what the fuck am I getting myself into?
Why would that be a red flag?
You're a professional out in town.
And?
I'm no longer a professional out in town. I don't have to give a shit what anyone thinks about me anymore.
And I've never given a shit what anybody thinks about me, so it just works.
I just think it is a testament to your bad life choices.
Wow. Is this rag on Stephanie Day?
Do you feel like it's right
Yeah.
on Stephanie Day?
Yeah.
Are you taking things personally?
I always take things personally.
How do you person when you take things personally?
I don't person well at all.
No?
Oh, no,
You don't person?
not at all.
Not your thing?
Nope.
You're
I'm a people person. Like Monday, no, I'm not a people person. I try to be, but I just want to.
Would you say you are a better professional than person?
I don't know what that means.
Well, person is just your daily life. Like I'm teasing you saying you can't. How do you people if you can't persons? And how do you persons if you can't people?
I hope that makes sense to you because that makes sense to nobody else. Even
It absolutely makes sense to other people.
I don't think it does.
I think it does. I think those that understand know exactly what I'm saying.
All right. Well,
Like
I don't get it.
I was a better professional than I was a person because I didn't people well. I don't people well in my personal life. But in my professional life, I people well very, very well.
I don't people well at all.
I disagree.
I just listen.
Your clients love you.
Just because I listen and I don't fill their heads with bullshit, I don't allow them to bullshit themselves. So, I don't know why they like me and they keep coming back.
I don't know why you like me. I don't bullshit you and you keep coming back or stay or not kick me out or whatever arrangement you want to put that in.
Yeah, I don't know the arrangement that you're talking about.
Us living together thing.
We're kind of stuck in this together.
I mean, I have my motorcycle and my dog. My kid's already been like, we're done. We're done with you.
Your kid is not like that. Your kid is attached to you. I don't want to hear it.
Anyhow. All right. So today we are talking about warning signs.
And can you give me, like, what do you mean warning signs? In what context?
Right. So, in the lifestyle or any genre, right? Genre. Tomato. Let's not do this speaking again.
Every time.
Just because you say it one way and I say it another way.
I've never heard it called that.
Genre or genre. That's the two ways to say it.
Okay.
Listen. You have the UK and they speak one way, right? You have America that stole their language and said, we're going to change it around. It is what it is. Genre. Why do they call it a boot instead of a trunk? Why do they call an attractive female a fit bird and we don't? Right.
Never even heard that. So.
Well, because you've never been over there. So.
Mm-hmm.
I have Foxisms. And that's what I got. I got my own language.
Yes, you do.
My own thing.
You do.
And people around me understand it. That's the scarier part.
The people that are listening probably don't, so it's my job to help them.
To translate?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Anyhow. So, I was reading through some blogs, and one of the blogs asked, how do I know when we have a green flag versus a red flag? And it was in reference to the lifestyle and dating other people.
Okay.
And I then answered this blog in a very extensive 3-paragraph, like, here's a list of green lights, here's some yellow lights, here's some definite red lights. And it made me think, well, actually, this would be very good for a show.
Good.
Mm-hmm. So, warning signs. What are they? How do you identify them? Where's a good place to start? And what do you do about them? Right?
Run.
Well, so not all warning signs are bad.
Well, that's what you make it sound like.
So it's like a stoplight, right? Obviously, red normally means stop. Yellow is proceed with caution.
Go faster.
And green means go.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So I want to set up our warning signs for today's show just like that.
Okay, like a stoplight.
Yeah, like a stoplight, but I want to go in reverse. I want to talk about the good stuff, the cautionary stuff, and then the absolutely not, run, stay away, stop,
Okay.
right?
So you think that's reversed? To me, that's in order.
To you, that's in order?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, fair. To me, it's in reverse. Well, because if you look at the stoplight, right, from top to bottom, it's red, yellow, and green. It's not green, yellow, red.
I don't know.
You don't know what a stoplight looks like?
I thought it was green, yellow, red.
Negative.
Is red on top?
Now who's the cop?
I don't know. I've never.
Red is on top.
I've never really
Red,
looked at it.
Yellow, green. Green is on the bottom.
Hmm.
Yeah. You want to put a little picture?
No.
No? Okay. Okay, so let's talk about the fun stuff. Okay. What are some signs that it is okay to play and this is the right type of couple or person for you? So what are a couple of yours, babe? And then I'm going to chime in with some of mine.
Aesthetics. I need to be attracted to them.
Mm-hmm.
They need to have some sort of common sense. I need to have some sort of like connection on some level with them.
Mm-hmm.
And that's pretty much it for me.
But what kind of signs? What do you look for, like in their profile, in their behavior, in their messages?
Do you want to know the complete truth?
Yes.
I
Always.
don't. That's you.
That's not always me.
That's 99% always you.
Okay.
I mean, it really is. Like, I don't. You are the master in all of that.
Whoa, that's too strong of a term.
I just respond, and you ask me, do they look good? Is this somebody you would aesthetically like? Yes, it is. Perfect. And then you start the conversation.
I'm pretty sure those aren't the terms I use. I'm pretty sure the terms I use are, what do you think about them, or would you sleep with them?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Exactly. And then you start the conversations, and we go from there.
True. That is normally true.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I have 7 things I put down for the green, right?
Okay.
Green color, which means play or go, that I think are important.
Green means fuck. Got it.
Green means get naked. There you go. So number 1, the pictures they have on their profile are clear. They're not blurry. It doesn't look like they're trying to hide anything. Okay?
Mm-hmm. I don't know if you're going to have this on that list, but can I add to that?
Yeah.
Not only are they clear, are they current?
Well, that's actually my next one. And appear recent.
Okay.
Yeah. So they
Because
are...
I looked really good 20 years ago. I mean, I was a freaking bombshell 20 years ago.
Okay, but that was 20 years ago.
Exactly. But
And
my
you
pictures...
still look hot, babe.
No, I mean, I was a freaking bombshell.
Okay.
And so I can put those pictures up, but that's not what you're going to get.
No, it's misrepresenting
Exactly.
your age and what you look like now. Yeah. So the second one is, does the profile have both pics if it's a couple? And further, do they have pictures together with each other? Again, this is if they're a couple.
Please, for the love of God, put pictures of your man up, ladies.
Yeah, that's a problem.
It's so terrible. There's not many pictures of men.
No, it's actually a gripe. So I have started just not... I won't respond. I put in a profile almost in the very beginning, not near the end, that I'm very clear that we will not respond if you don't... So if you only have one picture, we're not going to respond. I'm not going to have to hunt you down to get pictures of you.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have face pictures, I'm not going to hunt you down. Now, if you put in your message, hey, we know we don't have face pictures, we read your profile, it's because of our job or something, then obviously I completely understand that.
And they usually follow up with
face pictures in the message.
Or
right.
not only that, but they'll follow up with, can we exchange numbers, kick, something, and then I'll send them to you.
Right, exactly. And that's fair, because we understand that too.
Yeah.
Okay. If they are a single person, make sure they have face pictures and body pictures. That doesn't mean it has to be nude or even suggestive, but you can tell normally what someone looks like even with their clothes on.
Oh, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. So number 3, when you're sending messages, what's the response like? Do they identify who's responding? Like Mrs. or Mr.
Mm-hmm.
or names? Does it say things like we instead of I? Okay. Now, to be fair, I also have responding with I instead of we in yellow in the cautionary area, because some people, that's what they do, right? They will literally type as themselves, and they are actually a real couple.
Yeah.
But they would just put I. But that is something to look out for.
When I put I usually put I, and then in parentheses, Stephanie,
Mm-hmm.
and then finish. Or I most of the time let me rephrase that. I very rarely respond to people. You most of the time put we. But when I do respond, I always identify that it's me.
Right. Or if you tell me something and then I respond with that, I'll
Mm-hmm.
put your name.
Yeah.
Because that's coming from you. Okay, so speaking of sending messages back and forth, so let's say you're not on the platform, right, on the dating site, and you're doing text or Kik or some other type of communicating platform. Are there 2 phone numbers they provided or just one? Okay, if it's Kik, are there 2 Kik accounts or just one?
Because if there's just one, we know, because we started out with just having one.
Right.
And it was because we didn't really know what Kik was, but when you would log into Kik on your phone, it would delete all the messages that I had sent. And when I logged in on my phone, it deleted everything you sent. So we were like, this is stupid. We ended up making our own.
Mm-hmm.
And I often wonder, those who have just one singular account,
Is it really 2 people?
it's not 2 people. I
Well-
mean, it can be. Let me rephrase that.
But it has been.
It has been. It can be. But it's not. That is too hard to manage.
Well, what I'm really getting at is these are just kind of signs that
Mm-hmm.
show you that these people are real, they're legit, they're on the same page.
But not
okay?
only, like you just said it, not only are they real, but are both of them wanting to equally participate.
Correct. And that's correct too. So Stephanie and I are a big fan, and actually we won't communicate any other way. If everyone's not talking, we're not going to communicate. Now,
Mm-hmm.
that doesn't mean that you have to participate. It just means that you have to be added to the group, and we have to know it's you. Because I'm like that with Lamar. For the most part, I don't really butt into your conversation with Lamar. Every now and then I'll chime in and say 1 or 2 things because I think it's funny or something like that, but that's really about it. I kind of stay out of that conversation. But if people are willing to attach everyone into a group text messaging or message center, normally that means everyone's on the same page, everyone sees what's going on, and that's a good sign. Okay? So speaking of being on the same page, does the couple, if it's a couple, seem to be on the same page with you? Or both of you?
Can you explain that a little bit more?
Well, it's just... Actually, I can't. Exactly what I mean. Is everyone on the same page as far as play, what they're looking for?
So are you talking about play styles? Are you talking about preferences?
I'm talking about everything.
Okay, well, let's break it down a little bit.
Okay, so let's say that you and I meet a couple.
Uh-huh.
And let's say we all initially are attracted to each other and we're all equally flirting and we all seem equally engaged, right? Well, let's say then we meet in person. And we come back that night and I say, hey, I don't mind if you play with them. However, I am now disinterested in playing with them. We contact them, or you contact them and say, hey, I totally want to play with you guys. I've talked to Fox. It's totally okay. And I chime in. I'm like, yeah, it'd be awesome. Make sure you send video or whatever. I'll sit in the corner, whatever. It shows that everyone's on the same page, right? If you just contact them, either privately or contact them in general, and I don't respond or give any indication that I agree with what's going on, how do they know we're on the same page? They don't.
Okay.
So for those of you that are trying to date or dating or new to this, keep an eye out for that and make sure that everyone's on the same page. All right, so this is a really big one.
Okay.
A lot of people like to verify that other people are real, right? So there's a couple different ways you can do this. You can take a picture.
Sure. Stephanie
says that I don't remember this, but I'm sure this is probably something I would do or did. You said that I said, hey, give me 4 numbers. I wrote it on my hand. I took a picture and I sent it to you and said, look, I'm real, right? I would throw that into the yellow zone a little bit because Photoshop and photo editing is so precise and so professional these days that if anyone has any half a brain, they could fake pretty much anything they want to. Okay? So just be a little careful with that one. If you really want to verify someone's real, I would say get on the phone with them. And this probably is only going to work to verify that everyone's on the same page because you can't see someone over a telephone. But do video chat real fast. I know that scares some people, but if we're going to get naked together, I don't understand why 30 seconds of a video chat is going to create any problems. Asking people for like, hey, let me see your ID, stuff like that, you're starting to push into privacy areas. Maybe they don't want you to know their date of birth or their address or something like that. Yeah. Not everyone's like that. If you go to a lifestyle resort or club, you don't always know where somebody lives. Sometimes when you date people, you're not going to find out where they live for a long time, if ever.
I don't want to know where they live. I want to meet you at a hotel.
I want to know where you live. But that's just me.
Different preferences between us.
Yes. Well, because I want to formulate a friendship too. And for me, a friendship also equals knowing things about you. Right?
Oh, that's true.
So that's how I work. Anyway, so these are all really positive things that could happen that for me are all in the green zone, which means play. Right? It's probably pretty safe. These are probably this is the right person or persons for you or you as a couple.
Got it.
Okay? So moving on into the yellow zone. What are some warning signs for you, babe, that make you go, wait a minute, I'm not sure about this?
That's a hard one, especially since I am so trusting. I guess, if someone's story doesn't add up, I don't know. That's my biggest issue. I'm the one who goes down dark alleys in Mexico to buy earrings.
And taking a shot of tequila.
They offered tequila. You're right. So I don't have. What would be?
So not only does she walk down dark alleys with strangers because they promise earrings
and tequila,
but then she just takes random liquid and throws it down her throat without knowing what it really is.
That's true. It came out of a tequila bottle. It looked well.
Oh, because it came out of a tequila bottle, right?
We never see. That's why I'm not good at this, and I'd be a terrible unicorn. We've already established this.
This is why you will never ever read case notes of any cases I've ever been on, because you would freak yourself out. People are crafty. Yeah.
I'm very well aware that they're crafty.
Mm-hmm.
I work with a lot of crafty suckers. However, I am still trusting, and yeah.
Okay.
So tell me yours.
All right. So here are some of mine. So if you have limited pics or just one pic on your profile,
picture,
I'm going to ignore you. I'm not even going. If I have to chase you down to verify who you are or to see what you look like, we don't have enough time for that. And to be honest, for you to assume that others have enough time for that, I think that's a bit ridiculous and a little selfish.
Yeah, I do too, because we're all in some way, every one of us in the lifestyle are busy.
Yep.
We're in this because we love to share, we love the experience, but when it all comes down to the nuts and bolts of it, we are all busy, and yes, we have time for specific things, but we don't have time to chase.
Right. I mean, people have careers, they have families, they have lives outside, friends, hobbies,
you have to respect that.
Mm-hmm. That's a big one. So another one is, and I said it earlier, but I am, I can be honest and say this is a 50-50 type thing. If they respond with I instead of we, especially if it's a couple. Well, only if it's a couple.
Yeah.
Right? So that makes me look at it and go, I wonder. It's one of those things where if you have to wonder too much, that's probably a tall tale sign.
Okay.
So
if there's a mystic, I would say a mystic appeal about them.
No, a mystic appeal would be good.
Mysterious.
But if there's too much, if they're clouded in too much mystery, I'm not sure that I'm want to travel down that path.
Okay.
Because a lot of those accounts are fishing for pictures and other nonsense, and it's just not what I'm into. Yeah. Personally, if you want to see me naked, go watch Playboy TV Swing Season 5. You can see a lot of me. Trust me. If you want to see Stephanie naked, well, show up and play.
Yeah, you're not going to see me naked any other way.
Yeah, so if you haven't realized by now, Stephanie and I are not big on displaying our stuff. We don't post nude stuff on social media. We don't, if you want to see me naked, well, then you need to put in some effort, just like I'm going to put in some effort with you.
Well, yeah, and I'm just...
You give her 2 glasses of wine.
No, if you you'll see boobs online, but...
Not online, on the dating sites.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm talking about, on the dating sites.
Oh, well, the dating sites, yeah.
But you won't see us naked.
So another one is, do the responses from the individuals differ? And again, a lot of this is couple-based. Because if you're a single person, it's usually easier to tell if you're legitimate or not. Now, if you show up and you got catfished, that's, okay.
Yeah.
Then you got catfished. Probably the only way to verify that a single person is really who they are is video chat. And verify they are who they are.
Yeah.
Okay. So a lot of this does apply to couples. Okay. But do they seem to differ in response when talking about the same subject? Right? So let's say, I'm talking about anal play and the guy's like, yeah, I want you to shove, your meat right in my wife's butt. And,
wow.
And he's all about it.
If you could just be any more tacky about that.
Well, you know what? You're right.
Wow.
Fine. I want you to shove your dick in my wife's ass, is usually what would be said. So let's say he's all about it, and then her response is, well, I've never done that. I don't know. That's probably a telltale sign that they're not on the same page when it comes to anal sex. Okay? And then that's just an example.
Or when someone walks in the room and at a party and their husband says, yeah, ask her about butt sex.
What's wrong with that?
In front of everybody. Thank you.
Excuse. So first off, those were our friends.
I know.
Yep.
But at that point, we were on 2 different pages.
Well, we could have been on 2 different pages, but I wasn't lying that in the beginning of our relationship, anal sex was a constant thing. Thank you very much. Exactly. Anyhow, check the temperature in the water is what we're trying to say. Make sure everyone's on the same exact page. Okay? So the other thing is, if in person, make sure the couple seems to be jiving with you equally and they don't seem to be at odds with each other. And it used to be the assumption that mostly wives or girlfriends were pushed into this. And I'm going to tell you that can't be more than untrue. It's an equal thing.
Meaning it's an equal amount of pushing?
Yeah, both partners. I have seen an equal amount of husbands being pushed into this by their wives and vice versa. Okay? If a couple doesn't seem to be even with each other and they're at odds, something's wrong. Okay? They could have had something as simple as a fight that day and they're not getting along. Okay, that's fine. That doesn't mean you can't play with them.
Yeah.
Maybe, though, you should bring that up and go, hey, guys, the energy seems off tonight. Maybe we should play another time. Let's just hang out right now. Okay, that's probably the smart thing to do. But, again, make sure everyone is there because they want to be there.
Yes.
Not because their spouse is making them be there. Okay? And I'm sure there's a lot of other cautionary type signals out there.
Absolutely. I'd love to hear some from our listeners. Write in and tell us.
Yeah, definitely let us know. Go to kinkycoach.com, and that's coach with a K, and send us some info. Let us know what you think, what your signs are, okay? What your play signs are, what your cautionary signs are. So let's talk about the bad signs.
The red, the hard nose, hard stop. You should probably not play with this person or this couple, okay? So the first thing is their profile is either bare, has very little information, has 1 or no pictures. That's happened recently to us, by the way. We've had a bunch of friend requests from profiles that have no pictures at all and no content. And I'm like, yeah, thanks, no thanks. Delete. That's probably not good. Now, some people are going to say, well, the profile's just getting started. Okay. Do you really want to run that risk? Unfortunately, some of our dating sites that we all use are not pay to play. Oh, yeah.
They are free for 3 months or 1 month, or some are just free in general, and then free people are just limited to what they can do. Okay? And we all need to remember that. Now, the lifestyle as a whole is pretty good at calling out those profiles when they realize one is fake, contacting an administrator, and getting it removed.
Yeah.
They're even pretty good at contacting administrators when there is a known person or couple that is causing a lot of trouble or drama in the lifestyle.
My favorite thing, and this is just on the profiles, when they're like, we're D&D. And I was like, what the hell is D&D? Drug and drama free.
Well,
I know, that's what
it's also disease and drug free.
I know,
yeah.
But that's how I choose to see it.
I gotcha.
Drug and drama free.
Yeah, I've seen triple D, or triple D, which I'm guessing is drama, drug, and disease free.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyhow, so that's probably a red flag. Not a lot of information, not a lot of pictures.
And even if they are just starting out, they should be able to tell you that. And then if they want to private message you pictures because they're unsure about all of this and how it works, that's completely different. That's not what we're talking about.
Right.
We're talking about the completely bare profiles
that have been on there since August of 2018.
And they have very generic, almost computerized responses.
Right. Yeah. I'd be careful of those. So the other thing with pictures is blurry. If they have blurry pictures, or it's from afar, or it's like in the dark, only in black light only, things of that nature, be careful.
Yeah.
Okay? They're not trying to show you something. That's probably a problem.
Yeah.
Okay? And then what I said earlier, as a green light, can also be a red light when it comes to, do they have pictures together? Okay, so I bring up August of 2018 because recently we just had a profile where there's like 120 pictures on there. They have like 4 friends, and they've been on this dating site since 2018. To me, that's already a flag. I'm like, why do you only have 4 friends? You've been on here since that, and you have 100 and something pictures. So I start looking at the pictures, and I realize none of the pictures are of them together.
So they're playing separately, or?
It doesn't say that. There's very little information. Just say we're a fit, sexy, attractive couple that's looking for other couples. Not interested in single females and not interested in single men. But then it's nothing but her or nothing but him.
But there's pictures of him.
There are pictures of him.
That's the thing. At least they're showing off their man.
There's not a single picture of them together at all.
I understand that.
And to me, that is a red flag.
I understand that.
Okay? That to me appears to be 2 separate people using one account to go hook up with couples. Well, then just get yourself a singles account and be honest about what you're doing. Okay? So consider that. So the next thing, right, is if they respond, and again, you're going to have to use your common sense, your judgment, your experience. Pay attention to how people respond. A lot is in a response. And I know a lot of people will say yes, but there's a lot that's missed in a text message or a message like that, and that's true too. There's a lot. You can't see faces, you can't see tones, body behavior, any of that stuff. But pay attention, please. Okay? A lot can be told in how a person or persons respond to you in their message. Okay? A big one for me is somebody that seems to constantly just drag out a conversation and they never want to commit to an answer for anything. They never want to commit to meeting. And the first thing they do is ask for a backstage pass or pictures right out the gate. Hi, we're Troy and Sarah, and those are made-up names. We love other sexy couples. We liked your profile. Here's some pictures of us. Can we get some pictures of you? I go, no, you can't. Because I know in our profile, near the end, it clearly says, while we appreciate the thought of a backstage pass, we only give a backstage pass to those that we have met in person. Because our backstage passes, our pictures in there are very sexual, very illicit. I don't want everyone to see me and Stephanie naked.
Yeah.
If I wanted that, I would be in porn. And I'm not. And neither is Stephanie.
Nope. So,
consider that. Some people are more secluded with their body, others are not. Okay? I personally know that a lot of research companies go onto these sites. So I'm very restrictive on what pictures are in our public and open profile or album. Mm-hmm. Not profile, but album. And then which ones I restrict to our friends. And then even further past our friends, which ones I absolutely restrict for only people that we've met.
Yeah.
And I'm very careful and organized when it comes to those albums. Okay? So anyway, that's a big one for me. Okay?
I think a big red one for me is when one of the partners doesn't really want to be there, and it's like they're being forced.
Mm-hmm.
And it could just be the mood of the day. They could have had a fight earlier, or it could be that person's just not interested in one of us, but the other partner is, and so they're forcing them to come along. And I would much rather just not. If you're not there,
just be honest.
Because you want to be there, don't be there at all.
Well, and be honest. I mean, so there has now been, is it one couple or two couples now that you play with that I didn't
Just
have?
one.
Okay. So there has been a couple that I wasn't interested in the wife, but Stephanie was interested in the husband, and I was like, go have fun. I'll hang out. I really don't care.
You were there with me.
I was there, but even if I wasn't there,
I wouldn't have done it.
well, that may be so.
Yeah.
But there's other people that would do it.
No, definitely.
So what I'm getting at is, hey, be honest about your intention. There's nothing wrong with telling a couple, hey, we're interested in your wife, but unfortunately not you. Or we're interested in your husband, but not you.
I've had it. Well, I haven't. You've told people that for me.
I have.
I'm terrible at confrontation, and if I'm just not into the husband.
So to me, it's not confrontation, it's being honest.
Yeah.
And I know for me, and not everyone's the same way, if you can't handle the truth of what someone likes or doesn't like, I don't know that the lifestyle is the best option for you. Because we're not always going to get who we want. We're going to be told no. We're going to be told yes.
This isn't personal.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let me rephrase that.
Well, it's personal,
Well,
but...
it's personal for me. I like who I like. You like who you like.
Correct.
I know that I'm going home with you regardless.
Mm-hmm.
And anybody else that we play with is just for fun. It's just an addition. It's just a bonus. I know that I've got what I want. So when I say don't take it personal, if I'm not into you, don't take it personal. You're a great person. I will talk to you all night long. We'll have a great time. We'll dance. We'll have fun. But if I'm not sexually attracted to you, that's my personal preference. Nothing against you.
Right.
You should be happy to go home with whoever you're going home with your person. And at the end of the night, just have fun.
Yeah, we are big advocates of you should already be satisfied with what's going on in your life and your partner. And if you're not, the lifestyle is not a good idea for you.
Yeah.
In both our professional and personal opinions.
Well, to further build off of that.
Sure.
If you're having a rough patch in your relationship, it's okay to take a break. And so, meaning I'm getting a weird look from him.
Right, because I'm a little confused on how that ties in.
Well, because we may not be wanting to play. We're the lifestyle is for us. We're good in the lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
But we may go through a month where, I'm just not into it. You're not into it. And we take a break. And that's okay too. It doesn't mean that the lifestyle's not for us all of a sudden. It just means that we need to reconnect, and it's...
Right, but then we wouldn't be communicating with anyone anyway.
Exactly.
Normally I would send out a message. Actually, I have.
We have.
Say, hey, we're taking a break from playing right now, and we'll contact you once we, get back into the swing of things.
And don't take that personally is what I was getting to.
Don't take that message. I got
yes,
you. Okay.
That's nothing to do with you. It's everything to do with me, like the couple that's asking for that, or...
Well, for me, honestly, it's none of your business.
Exactly.
To be honest, if a couple shows you enough respect to reach out and say, "Hey, this is what we have going on with us," you should accept the message and move on.
And also, I think that is a green indication that there's good things to come, because they respected you enough to tell you this is what we're taking a break. It's nothing against you. We'll contact you when we're ready again.
Right.
That is a mature couple, and I feel like that goes into the green slot.
Well, like we've had couples where we've initially played or we flirted a little bit, and then for whatever reason we're like, right now is not a good time for us with you guys. And the ones that didn't get butt hurt, we've still talked to them. As a matter of fact, one of them didn't get butthurt. They are like some of our closest friends now, and we're sexual with them a lot now.
We are.
It just turned into that way. But initially, Stephanie was kind of in, I don't know about any of this right now, and I don't even want to talk to them. You know, that was your initial, protective response in the very beginning.
Very overwhelmed by the entire experience.
But they are such kind and good people that they understood.
They're so amazing.
Like, we told them what was happening, and they were like, hey, totally cool, let's just be friends, no big deal, who cares? Those are the right type of people for us.
Yes.
That may not be the right type of people for you. Don't know. But for Stephanie and I, those are the type of people we look for, where we can be honest about what's happening with us. They accept and respect it. It's not taken on a personal level by them, because they're mature enough to go, oh, okay. Hey, no problem. Hopefully we'll, play soon, or, still stay friends or whatever. And that's where it's at.
Thinking about that, we have 3 couples that we've been able to say things like that to, and we are great friends with them. Like, those are truly our friends.
I know 2. I don't know the third one you're talking about.
Young couple.
Yeah, that was the second one I was thinking about.
Oh, okay. Well.
Yeah, I don't know who the third is.
Porn star blowjobs.
Did we have that conversation with them?
In the past, yeah.
When? I never even met either one until recently.
I had that conversation.
Oh, you had that conversation.
Because of things they were going through.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
I just learned something new.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because things that they were going through. And now we play with them and we have fun.
Well, I'm glad you communicated that to me, babe.
You already knew that.
Do not tell me it's something I forgot.
You already knew it.
I don't think so.
Yeah, it is.
I don't think so. We'll see.
I know for a fact.
We're going to play Rochambeau to see who's right here.
Oh, Lord.
Anyway, so another thing, right? If people aren't willing to open up to you a little bit, at all, for me, that's a red flag. But that's because we're also not looking for people that just want to, hey, let's meet and 5 minutes later, let's get naked and fuck. Now, maybe if we're being ultra slutty and we don't give a shit, or on vacation or something,
limited time.
Yeah, then we act a little different. But we communicate about that thoroughly before we make that decision.
We haven't been to a lifestyle resort together, but I can see us doing something like that at a resort.
Right, because you don't have the time.
Yeah.
And that's kind of a decision we would both have to be in that mind frame.
Yeah.
And decide, okay, we're both in that mind frame. We know what we're going for. We know the time's limited. So who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
And let's be slutty. But for the most part, we're not like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, definitely. And
I'm more sluttier than you. Well, except for the last party. You made me proud. You outdid me at the party. It was great.
I don't know what that means, but...
Your birthday party.
I know when. I don't know what that...
You outfucked me at the birthday party.
Okay.
Completely.
It
was very interesting to watch her unwind, unleash herself, and just go. Like, I feel like I got to see the inside of her young 20s party phase of how maybe she used to be back then. Yeah, I liked it. It was good.
It was with people we trusted. That's why I could do that.
Yeah, it was good. I liked it. It was good. It was good stuff. As a matter of fact, I think we're talking to 2 of those couples about having private
parties,
weekends,
weekend gets away.
No, not even parties. Just
between the 4 of us.
Yeah, hey, let's all go hang out and isolate each other and get crazy. Yeah.
It was a good night.
Sure. It was a good night. So obviously, there's a lot more signs. I'm sure there's plenty of signs we've missed.
Oh yeah.
These are ones that we look for, and specifically, I know Stephanie said a lot of, well, Fox does this. That's because she relies on me to play security. Right?
I do, absolutely.
So I'll tell you a couple more that really you can't see, you just feel. And really it's just a gut feeling. If I have a gut feeling someone's not there for the right reason, my answer is no. And it's a hard no. And it doesn't matter. At that point, there's nothing you're going to say to change my mind. Because I'm there to protect myself, I'm there to protect Stephanie, and I'm there to protect us as a couple, hands down. And that's just what's going to happen. I'm going to say, no, I don't care. And I've done that. You know, in this life, you get to meet all sorts of wonderful, you know, alpha, open, sexy people. That doesn't mean you have to sleep with every single one and incorporate every single one into your life. I would even take it a step further and say, don't do that, because not all of them are going to benefit you. Now, does that mean that they're bad people? No. It just means you have different goals at different times in your lives, and maybe they're just not a good fit. Period. Because we're not saying that people that only have a couple pictures on their profile are full of crap or liars, because they're not. There are people that choose to do that, and that's how they choose to run their profile, and that's fine. But these are just some things that I look for to protect Stephanie and I from people that aren't really a couple, and it's just like a single dude or a single chick. Although I don't, honestly, to be completely transparent, I would assume it was a guy before I would assume it was a girl. And to protect us from couples that aren't ready or are there to hurt us or take advantage or create damage to us. Because not interested in any of that. Make sense?
That does make sense.
So this is more kind of a minor one. This probably falls back to yellow, but red for some people. I know for me, personally, this is a red. If we go to make plans with somebody or a couple, we show up and they don't, and then they contact us after and say, so sorry, either, you know, someone got sick or emergency room or car accident or whatever. I give people one chance. After that one chance, I'm not going to further, you know, waste my time or spend my money or get my hopes up if you don't show up a second time. After that, I'm done. Some people will be done after that one time.
Well, if you ghost me, yeah, I'm done.
Well, yeah, if you just not talk to someone, then we're definitely done. But life does happen.
Oh, absolutely.
People do have kids. Okay.
But talk to us before. Like, you know that you're not going to be there 15, 20 minutes before. So send a message.
If that's the case, right? So, like, we've had very good luck. Predominantly, everyone has shown up. Or they've had to reschedule a day. You know, hey, I got to reschedule or what have you.
Yeah.
But I have, in the past, had somebody who literally had emergency. Didn't hear from them for like 12 hours and then got a message, so damn sorry, was in the ER, we got into a car accident, blah, 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 blah. You know, gave them the benefit of the doubt. They show up the next time, showed me pictures, and I was like, holy crap. Because they were definitely in a car accident. Definitely still had some cuts and some scrapes on their face from the accident. Told them, why are you even out here tonight with me? You should have just said, hey, if you don't believe me, tough, you know, type scenario. So life does happen. Maybe give somebody the benefit of the doubt one time. After that, I would say, yeah, sorry. You know, your time is just as valuable as someone else's.
Yeah.
Regardless of who they think they are.
You know, what I really appreciate about a lot of the couples that we're talking to now is that we don't have to constantly engage them. And I feel like that is more of a green aspect, because if someone
I like that.
doesn't have to be constantly engaged, if they are an attention-seeking individual, I really don't like that. That, for me, falls under the red. If it's the, hey, look at me, look at me, look at me, text me back, why haven't you texted me? What are you doing? No, we're professionals. But those who I'm thinking of
are confident in themselves.
Yeah, and I'm thinking of one particular couple that we check in with We met them at the social, and we've never played with them, but we check in with them, and they have life going on. We have life going on. We're still, every now and then saying, hey, still interested? How's life? Oh, great. Switching jobs, got a promotion, da-da-da-da. Wonderful. We'll play when our schedules match. They're beautiful. They're fun. We had such a good time with them. They've even been on our show, but we haven't got a chance to hook up with them because of life.
Yeah.
And that's a mature couple that I would definitely place in the green category, because we don't have to stay in constant contact in order to be friends.
Right. Yeah, I see where you're going with that.
Mm-hmm.
So, for me, personally, that's not a red, but it is a yellow.
The needy, the look at me?
Yeah.
Oh, that's red.
Well, for you, but for me, it's not. Okay. Because I like attention also to a certain point, but then again, I don't have to have it either. Like, I'm not going to get upset if you don't give it to me either. You know what I mean? And we do, or we have had couples that are like that, and we just kind of, we don't kind of anything. We stop talking to them because it's just too much energy, and we don't have that kind of time. Don't assume someone's interest based off their availability.
That is such a good statement.
Like, don't do that. Okay. I can tell you, had you met us a couple months ago, we had a lot of time.
We did.
Back February, March, April.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, kind of like January, February, because March.
Yeah, January,
and
February,
then
and then
hit.
April and May, we were pretty open. But, had you met us back then, we were very open. And now, we're barely open.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we barely get to see each other. Or if we see each other a day, it's literally from her office into my office through the glass.
Yeah.
And we have 2 seconds of conversation, and then I'm doing marketing stuff, and she's seeing another client, and vice versa. And it's just chaotic right now.
Well, it is. And then just to further our schedule, me starting grad school.
Yes.
And then, or not grad school, I guess.
I was about to say, it's not grad school.
Grad school.
It's your
I've already
doctorate.
done that.
Yeah.
Me starting the doctorate program. And then we have kids, too, that we want to spend time with. So that really only leaves us about...
They're both in school. One's in college, one's in high school.
And that leaves
and
us...
she's brand new high school.
About one weekend out of the month, 1 weekend out of the month for free play.
Yeah.
Other than that, our weekends are booked. And so it's not that we don't want to play. It's not that we're trying to diss you, put you off, to any of that. It's our time is limited. And there are lots of beautiful people that we want to play with. Mm-hmm. But we can't fit you all in 1 weekend.
Right. Well, and for all of us to assume our schedules are going to match,
exactly.
that's not a thing.
Because we have
not
a
reality.
set schedule right now.
We really do. Yeah, we truly, really do. Mm-hmm. It's like the second weekend is for family. The third weekend is for your doctor's program. The fourth weekend, we're hosting an event.
Mm-hmm. So it's really like the first weekend of every month that we play.
Unless we alternate it, which is fine too.
It's either the first or second, but the third and fourth are always set.
Yeah, definitely. And there's right now, that's just the way it's going to be for a while.
The next 2 years.
Yeah. For sure. How you like that?
I just threw up a little in my mouth.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you get a little wheezy?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. So,
oh, Lord.
Again, just, give people the benefit of the doubt until you don't have to, or until you don't want to, or until they prove you wrong. Yeah, until they prove you wrong, right?
Or right, whatever your feelings are.
Yeah, I like that. Right or wrong, for sure. So we do have the Austin Swinger Social coming up this month, right?
Yeah.
It is the 23rd of October. Again, it will be at Colette Austin. If you don't know what Colette Austin is, COLETTE Austin. Mm-hmm. It'll pop up. It'll pop up. I don't know if it's .com, but it'll pop up.
Yeah.
I think it's like ColetteClubs.com.
Is it?
As a matter of fact, you know what? I don't want to put out bad information.
Why don't you look it up? You're sitting in front of a computer.
I'm going to do a little clickety-click. It is ColetteClubs.com. So that's clubs with an S. All right. They have a bunch of locations. I've only been to the Austin Club, but I'm going to tell you right now, the staff is wonderful.
Oh, I love the staff
The
there.
scenery is wonderful.
The people are beautiful.
Well, this past event, Stephanie's birthday, we got to meet the owner, John. And very
I feel
well.
very special. He came all the way in for my birthday.
Yeah, he came out. He drove all the way from Houston.
Yeah.
Yep. Very fun and nice gentleman to speak to. Very professional. Knows his stuff, and is very lifestyle oriented. And I want to point that out because there are some owners of lifestyle venues or companies that aren't lifestyle or lifestyle friendly, and it's very weird because they make their money off the lifestyle. But I can tell through talking with John both times, one in a conference call and one in person, that they are definitely, him and his wife are definitely in the lifestyle, very oriented, very friendly, and very open.
Yeah.
So we will probably continue to use Colette Austin as much as we can as a venue.
Yeah. It's a perfect place.
It's just fun. It's a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun, but it's also a perfect place for the social because we bring in the newbies, we get to know everybody, and then we open it up to the rest of the world and play. Right.
Now, we do understand that, we've had some people contact us and say, hey, we really want to show up, but we don't want to come to a club. My assumption is because of pricing. My other assumption is because it's the club environment that you don't like. So here's the deal with the social. It's for 2 hours. It's $10. Mm-hmm. Okay? If you want to stay and play, then you go back to the counter and you pay for the remainder of the night.
Mm-hmm.
All right?
Because you're still getting a discount.
Yeah, you're still getting a heck of a discount. All right? If the club environment is not for you, okay. I'm not even going to argue that with you. All right? Then that's not for you. I will tell you the social is not during club hours, though.
It is not.
Okay? It's a private event specific for people that wanted to come to the social, to come meet people and talk to people. The music isn't loud. It's on, but it's not blasting in your ear. And we hold a lot of conversations. We introduce everyone to everybody.
We do the awkward walk.
Yep. Stephanie does her awkward walk, and you get to ask as many questions as you want about the lifestyle, especially if you're new. Mm-hmm. And if you're not new, you get to meet a lot of people that you wouldn't have met before.
Exactly. And some people are worried about, well, what do I wear? Mm-hmm. Just what you would wear out on a date. We're not. Right. It's very calm, cool, and collected.
It can be as slutty as you want and as professional as you want.
Yeah.
You fall within your comfort zone.
This is all within your comfort zone. Mm-hmm. You are not required to play in any way. You are not even required to,
Well, and at the social itself,
we don't play.
There is no play.
Yeah.
For those 2 hours, there's no play. The upstairs is not on. It's shut down.
People traditionally think that, oh, I'm going to this club, I'm going to be required to play. No, you're not.
Yeah, not at all.
No.
That's not how the staff sees things. That's not how the owner sees it. That's not how we see it. That's not how our co-host, the Texas Lake couple, sees it. Okay?
No.
At all. So
come and have a good time. Meet some like-minded individuals and have a few drinks.
And just make some new friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I think that's it for us tonight.
Yeah. Talked about some good warnings, some good greens, and some hell no reds.
Yeah. And so if we missed any, if you're sitting there going, well, hold on. Guys, you missed this one. Please go to our website, kinkycoach.com. That's coach with a K. Send us a message. Let us know.
I would love to know.
And we'll put it out there. Trust me. We will put that information out there.
If you also want to be a guest on our show, please do not hesitate to reach out to us through our website as well. Mm-hmm. We have I almost called it a module because that's what I'm creating right now. We have a web page, site, landing page, whatever it is, tab. Wow.
I don't even know what you're...
We have a page that says contact us, that says...
We have a contact page where you fill out a guest application. Yeah. We do have a talent coordinator. He filters all of that stuff. Kevin is awesome. Okay?
Wow.
Because we are licensed and certified professionals, our process is a little different. Mm-hmm. So sometimes people go, Why do I have to fill out a guest application? Because we need to be able to support who we're having on our show and explain why we are putting out the information that we're putting out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Plus, we want to, make sure that
we want to make sure it's
you right,
and we want to make sure it's quality information.
Yeah.
Okay. To be honest, I don't want to talk to we, but I mostly am going to say I because I'm going to take responsibility for what I'm about to say.
Uh-oh.
I don't want to talk to someone who isn't educated on the lifestyle unless it's kind of a newbie, right? A newbie type couple. Then I'm all about them asking questions, not knowing. But we want to be careful on who we have as a guest because they also represent our company. If we're willing to have you as a guest, you are representing the Kinky Coach, with whether you realize it or not. Mm-hmm. Okay? So we are, yes, a little bit strict on our content. We want to create a show not like everyone else's. We know some of our shows are similar in nature to others, but honestly, we want to provide resource and information and content that is not like anyone else's. It's just raw. Okay? But it's informative.
Yes.
Yeah. So yes, and I put that out there because recently we had some people contact us, and I had to inform them. We actually had 3 different sets of people contact us, and one of them pushed back, was very upset that I made them, and I said, well, there's no I, because that was a response. Well, Fox, we don't understand why you're making us do this, and I'm like, it's not an I. This is our company policy. This protects Stephanie's license. It protects my certifications. We do answer to national boards. Stephanie does answer to a licensing board. So that's kind of where we sit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, gals, we will talk to you later. Have a good night.
Good night.
Hey, Fox.
Not again.
Why don't you tell them where they can find us?
Oh. So you can find us on the Bookface.
Facebook.
Yeah, that thing. At the Kinky Coach. Or you can find us at any of the adult beverage websites. You like that?
I do, yeah.
Yes, because you're tasty. You're thirsty. Yeah.
Yes, thirsty.
So you can look for either Luna _ and _ Logan, or you can look for the Kinky Coach and her Silver Fox. Yep.
So thank you for listening, and we hope you have a very sexy evening.
Have a good night.
You are listening to the Kinky Coach podcast with Stephanie
and Fox.